Hi everybody, welcome to KBIS G Plus Hangout, and it's a very exciting day today because we are announcing the 18 finalists for the first ever KBIS Innovative Showroom Awards. With me today, as always, is my co-host Brian Pagel, Vice President of the Kitchen and Bath Group for Emerald Expositions, and we have two very special guests. Today we have Sean Sullivan, who's making appearance number 2. Great to have you back, Sean, on our Hangout. Sean is the Associate Publisher and Group Marketing Director for the Hearst Design Group, and that's comprised of Elle Decor, House Beautiful, and Veranda magazines. And we're so happy to be partnering with the Hearst Design Group on these Innovative Showroom Awards. Thanks for coming back, Sean, and welcome.
Glad to be here. Really glad to be here. Thanks.
And our second guest, and I'll try really hard to not sound like a fangirl here, but I'm a fan, is Libby Langdon. And Libby is a designer, author, TV personality, and the creative force behind the interior design firm Libby Interiors. And TV appearances include shows such as The Rachel Ray Show, The View, Design Invasion, and The Early Show, amongst others. And, well, I know Sean and Libby know each other well because you've been not only on many pages of House Beautiful magazine, but on the cover as well. And Libby is one of the 5 judges for our Innovative Showroom Awards, and we're so happy you could join us today, Libby.
Thank you so much. I'm really, really glad to be a part of this exciting time.
Very cool. Okay, Brian, before we make the announcement about the 18 finalists, can you share some of the excitement that's been kind of happening behind the scenes with the whole KBIS team about this new program that's launching this year?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, again, we launched it with the idea of really highlighting innovation on the showroom level and a great customer experience. And, you know, we thought it was going to go well, but we didn't know how well. I mean, we've just been blown away. We had 127 submissions. And during the public voting process, which ended last week, we had over 33,000 votes on the KBIS Facebook page from 6,000 unique visitors. So we've learned so much this inaugural year. You know, I've spent a lot of time speaking with various showrooms, designers, and other manufacturers throughout the industry, and you know, I think we're learning a lot that we'll probably tweak a few things for next year. But overall, this has been just blown me away personally as far as how well it's been received, and I think it's great because it's really recognizing the key role that the showrooms play in the kitchen and bath industry.
You're right. It has been an exciting time. So let's get right into it here, and let's divvy up this announcement because we don't need people to hear me speak all the time. So I'm going to put everyone to work here. Sean, do you mind going over the 3 categories in the independent showroom category?
I am happy to.
Should I do a drum roll, or what should I do here?
Perhaps you should, because I think this is the big reveal, and I hope some of these showrooms are listening in. So here goes. Our first group of finalists is for the independent small showroom. That's 1,000 to 2,500 square feet. And we have Peter Salerno, Inc. from New Jersey, Colmar Kitchen and Bath, also in New Jersey, and Rebath of Houston in Houston, Texas. Next up, we have the independent medium showroom. That's 2,500 to 5,000 square feet. And we have Geneva Cabinet Company in Wisconsin, Balancina Kitchen and Bath in New Jersey, and Monique's Bath Showroom up in Massachusetts. And lastly, in the independent large category, which is 5,000 square feet plus, we have Stone Age in California, Mingle in Minnesota, and Builder's Surplus Kitchen and Bath Cabinets in California. And I've looked at them. It's a great, great lineup.
And it's so great how it's from all over the country. It's interesting. And I should probably note, too, that Stone Age in the independent large category, they had, for the public voting, they have the most amount of votes. They had over 3,700 votes. So that's an incredible network. Way to go, Stone Age. That's some serious support. Libby, we're going to put you to work, too. Do you mind announcing the finalists in the multi-location category, please?
I would love to. It's my pleasure. In the multi-small category, the first is the Ultimate Bath Store in Connecticut. The second is Modern Builders Supply in Ypsilanti, Michigan. And the third is Somatic in New York. And then when you get to the multi-medium size category, the first one is Artistic Tile in Dallas, Texas. Then we have Frank Webb's Bath Center in Massachusetts and Premium Kitchens in Florida. And the final category is the multi-large category, and that's Ferguson Lakewood in partnership with Dan's in New Jersey, and then Perch, the San Diego location, and then the third is Perch, the Glendale, California location. It's going to be really exciting, and it's really going to be tough to judge these because some of them are tremendous.
So that's it. So the 6 categories, those are the finalists. So we have the 18 now. Brian, what happens next?
Well, as soon as we get off the Hangout, we're going to be meeting with all 5 judges from across the country, and we're going to be reviewing all the showrooms, the criteria that we've set forth, and we're going to come out of that meeting with each of the winners. Our judging panel, which is important, in addition to Libby, which Libby, thank you so much for your participation. Our 4 other judges are Miho Kashido Downey, she's the creative director with JGA. We got Allison Embry Medina, who's a colleague of mine here at Emerald Exposition. She's the executive editor for Design Retail. We've got Susan Sarah, a good friend of ours, president of Susan Sarah Associates. And we have Eileen McComb, collaborator-in-chief with Devil in the Details. So we have a great group of people that will be judging these finalists.
And this is really interesting. Now, Sean, you're going to have to address this. Of the 5 judges here, we have 2 working designers, an interior designer and a kitchen designer. We have 1 principal creative director of an actual architecture and design firm who designs showrooms. We have the editor of one of the magazines that deals specifically with retail environments. And we have a communications professional. So very unique perspectives. How do you think this group is going to come together on the judging panel?
Well, they'll come together well. They're all wonderful people. But I think what's really going to make the award meaningful is that the different perspectives that our judges are bringing to this program. So we have Libby, and as we have said, that she's an editor with the magazine, and she's got a successful design firm, and also on TV all the time on LXTV. But Libby also has her own furniture and home furnishings line, so she knows about wholesale showroom design down at the furniture market, and then also merchandising her own products at retail. So I think that's one point of view. Eileen is Devil in the Details is her own consulting firm, but she actually also spent over 20 years with Benjamin Moore, and she one of her main roles there was overseeing and creating the customer experience for the stores. They have 500 independent locations around the country, and so she was actively developing retail programs for Benjamin Moore and what they do. Susan Sarah, great kitchen designer. I think many of us know her, and her expertise, also a kitchen manufacturer, designer of product, and her fabulous blog, kitchendesigner.org. Miho, being a creative director for retail, someone who actually builds these showrooms and really has to understand, the interaction with consumers, and then also Allison, who with the, oh my gosh, Brian, what's the magazine?
Executive editor at Design Retail Magazine. Yeah, formerly DDI.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And so obviously a journalist covering our industry. I think everyone will be coming at it from different angles, so that when the winners are selected, we'll really know that there was a really in-depth and meaningful evaluation. So good luck to everybody.
Absolutely.
Fabulous. It's going to be an exciting afternoon. Now, Libby, we've been dying to get your take on this whole showroom experience. Obviously, with the results of this and the response to this contest that Brian spoke about, the showroom experience is incredibly important to our kitchen and bath community and the interior design community as a whole. From your perspective, from all your experience and as a working designer as well, can you pinpoint maybe 1 or 2 maybe top characteristics that make a showroom not only productive, that not only makes the sale, but maybe an enjoyable experience as well?
Oh gosh, it's so hard to pinpoint just 1 or 2 items. I think this is a very exciting time in design in general, in the way that consumers are more aware of beautiful spaces than ever before. And I think there's so much online content. And so it's not just in magazines and tablets, but I think it's important that the showroom experience is as dynamic as what people are seeing when they actually walk into a store. So, and it's a big challenge for these showrooms to recreate that dynamic experience and something that really tells a story visually with materials and creative things. But I would say if I had to narrow it down to one or two characteristics, I think without a doubt, lighting is one of the most important things in the way these showrooms are presented. It gives a feeling to the space. It highlights the materials used. It allows these showrooms to really create a mood and almost guide the consumer through their space so they really know that their visual story is being told. The other thing that I think is really important as a characteristic for any showroom is the layout of the space and the flow of the space. And what does the consumer see the minute they walk in the door? What is the focal point? Where does their eye land? And so to take all that into consideration, I think those are probably two of my most important characteristics. And then it's obviously the buyers and the materials that they choose to showcase in the showrooms. That, of course, is the end-all, do-all, because people want to sell product, and it's the material that you choose to put in there that makes the most difference, I think.
Okay, well, good thing I'm not on that judging panel, because I honestly would not have come up with lighting.
Okay,
At all.
it's super important, but it's incredible because you'd be fascinated how often people see something in a showroom and they love it, and then they get it home and they say, well, it doesn't look the way it did in the showroom. And it's because the people in the showrooms know amazing ways to highlight the pieces that they do have.
Wow, and that's the importance of working with a professional too, so thanks for that input. Another point we'd actually be interested in hearing your opinion on, Libby, is I know people might be saying, okay, how does the small independent compete with, say, the big multinational? But is there a difference? Is there any different experience in terms of a good showroom experience between like size, for example?
You know, honestly, I think this is a point where size doesn't matter. I live in New York City, and I will tell you, some of the smallest showrooms I've seen are incredibly, just brilliantly thought out, and just those moments where people can walk in and really discover something that they can use in their own space. So I think it's important for people to know that when we're looking at all these showrooms as a whole, that it's not always saying, wow, that's the biggest, that's the grandest. Sometimes really innovative ideas, and when people are incredibly creative and think outside the box, even if their store might be the size of a box, that wins out as well. So I really do think that you can still have fresh, amazing looks, and it doesn't matter necessarily the size of the space. So you know, I think great things come in small packages just like they come in big packages.
That's good. So, I mean, I think everyone knows it's very level playing field. We're talking about innovation and customer experience, and between all of the categories for that overall showroom winner. So, I guess after today, it's all up to you. It's in the hands of the judges. It's going to be a tough afternoon of decisions, Libby. So, panel.
I know. It's going to be really tough, but I'm excited, and it's fun to see the amazing things that people do. So we're excited, and I think people are going to be looking forward to seeing who sort of wins out in all these different categories.
Fantastic. Okay, Brian, we do have a couple of KBIS reminders for today. The first couple with the Showroom Awards, and then a few other things to add.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, closing the loop on the announcements today. We'll be announcing all the winners, or the finalists, excuse me, via all of our channels, etc. We'll be taking those finalists, and they will actually be displayed in the KBIS Next area, which is in South Hall in Las Vegas. So please come by. It's at the front of the hall. You'll get to see all of the imagery, all of the background that we got in during the submission process. So we'll be calling out those folks. The awards will be given on Wednesday, January 21st at 10:30 on the KBIS Next stage. Sean will be joining me, and we'll be going through that immediately following. There's a panel discussion to talk about the attributes of the winner. So all great things. And before I get into some quick housekeeping notes, again, I can't thank our partners at Hearst Design Group enough for supporting us in this initiative. This is great. Sean, thank you, and thank you to your team. And then, Libby, you know, I'm so happy to have you as one of our judges, and certainly look forward to what you and your counterparts come up with for our final winners.
Thank you so much. This is really fun to be a part of.
Then just for everyone else, a couple quick notes. December 5th is a key day. That's when registration rates for expo-only pricing go up. So even though everyone's getting in the thick of the holiday season, please remember to go and register early. There's so much going on. I was just looking at the numbers the other day. We have 100 more exhibitors than we had all of last year. We're up 50,000 square feet. And then obviously the addition of our partner show. So there's a lot to see. Then, you know, start thinking about buying your tickets to the various events like the Bash on the 21st, which is sponsored by our friends at Cosentino. And then finally, you know, get in your submissions, all the exhibitors for Best of KBIS. That deadline's quickly coming up, and certainly look forward to all the great things that people will be launching at KBIS in January.
Fantastic, and I just wanted to mention, and a big thank you to all 127 showrooms that did enter this awards program. And if you follow our social spaces, you'll see that we built, there's a dedicated Pinterest board for this, this award program, and all of the images of all 127 entries are on the Pinterest board, so please go and have a look. So next week, we're breaking for, well, we don't get the break for Thanksgiving here in Canada, but for all of our American friends, we're giving you some time off from the Hangout. The next Hangout will be on December 4th, where we are, Brian alluded to that, there's so much going on with all of Design and Construction Week and the partner shows. We're going to be doing highlights of everything that, that you'll find during the whole week at Design and Construction Week. So thanks very much. Great announcement today. And once again, thanks again, Libby, Sean, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Okay.